right. All right, let's get it popping. All right, we here. We are here. And we are going to get this thing popping. Let me see who's all up in here so far. All right, what's going on, guys? Everybody come on in. Let me let folks know that I'm live on the gram right now. Y'all bear with me for 1 second. You dig? How's everybody doing? Y'all come on in here, man. Come on in this room and let's get it going. Come on in this room. Let me turn this volume down a little bit and let the gram know we're doing what we're doing. I'm glad everybody's tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We're going to have another fun-filled, festive, informative broadcast. Hold on. And you know we're going to do how we do. Let me let them know that we're live. Boom, 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 bam. All right, we're good to go. All right, fam, let's make it happen. How you guys doing, man? All right, how's the family doing tonight? Oh, man. Shout out to everybody who has contributed to the new film, Buck Breaking, the Buck Breaking movie. Everybody, if you can, click the link below. That's the Kickstarter link for Buck Breaking. We're trying to get to 75K. We are at 25K right now. So by the end of this broadcast, let's get to at least 30, if we can do that. By the end of this broadcast tonight, if we can get to at least 30, and I got my Hold Your Own Nuts shirts, by the way, guys. If we can get to at least 30, possibly more, but we can get to at least 30K tonight. Everybody get involved with that so we can get that movie popping, Buck Breaking, where we talk about the anti-Black racism that comes from the white LGBT community. We talk about the toxic masculinity that's directed towards Black males, that narrative. We talk about how strategic that is and how we have to duck and dodge that narrative. We have to call people out who push that narrative because that's a very strategic thing to sully the image of Black Americans, Black males in particular. You understand? We got to watch that toxic masculinity stuff. So, because anytime something violent happens within Black society, they chop that up to, well, look how toxic Black society is and what they do. These are the white feminist organizations and the white LGBT. They're the ones orchestrating this. Let's be very clear. See, they'll put a Black face on it. They will put a Black face on it, but they're the ones who are orchestrating this stuff. So we're going to break that down. See, this is something that we have to talk about in this film, and this is something that Black folks have to understand. We got to watch these people who pretend to be our allies. There are a lot of people who pretend to be our allies, and they are not. A lot of people try to pretend to be our allies, and they're not. Hold on 1 second. So, a lot of stuff we're going to put on blast. And look, this is dangerous work. I know this. This is very, very dangerous work. But we cannot be scared. We cannot be scared. Again, when you start getting into the white LGBT community and you start exposing the stuff that they're doing and exposing these pedophile rings and all that, people end up missing. I get that. I get it. But we're going to have to stop being afraid to talk about the things that affect Black society. When we see people adopting these Black children, see, we get this whole different strokes Webster fantasy that the poor Black kid is going to get adopted by the white rich family and then you're going to live happily ever after. That's what they push with those different strokes TV shows and all that stuff. You understand? They made it seem like black kids getting adopted into white families. That was the glow up. We saw that narrative right when we started seeing that narrative, which was in the 80s. Well, really, started in the 70s. See, there was variations of that narrative. First, it was the slave master narrative, the benevolent slave master, and the grateful happy slave. Then they did the butler maid narrative, with the the going with the wind, which was still slavery, but then they started veering into the butler working with the white family with a heart of gold. And then they started doing the concrete jungle teacher narrative, meaning you would have these movies and television shows where a white teacher would go into an urban area among the little Negroes and civilize them. That started heavy in the 70s. Mapule. That started heavily in the 70s. You had shows like Welcome Back, Kotter. How many of y'all old enough to remember that? I'm going back to the 70s. Some of y'all don't remember some of this stuff. But the TV show Welcome Back, Kotter. That was about this white teacher who had some students that he called sweat hogs. It was like a Jewish student, the black student, the ethnic Italian, the Puerto Rican. So these were a bunch of degenerates. And then in the 70s, we had the White Shadow. Y'all remember that? The White Shadow show. You did? And then in like 78, 79, that's when we had Different Strokes. They had the show Different Strokes with the poor black kids being adopted into a white family. Now, at the same time, we got Different Strokes coming on the air, showing that black people should be happy that white folks are adopting them. What was going on in America at the time? Right around 78, 79, right in the late 70s, early 80s, you had the Atlanta child murders where black children were being abducted, sexually assaulted, and killed in Atlanta. This was very heavy in Atlanta. And as we know, there were white supremacist groups who were a part of that. You understand? And then you had the shows like Webster and all that stuff. Yeah, I think they're opening up that case again. I think they're opening up that case because the Wayne Williams guy, that was the fall guy. That was the fall guy. But that whole narrative of whenever they start pushing these movies, how great it is to be adopted by a white family, we see in real life it's more horrific and tragic, just like the Hart family, those babies, those black children who were with those white supremacist LGBT women who killed them recently. And the case, they're still talking about the case because everybody's dead. So now, they're looking at all the evidence. They were looking at the women's browser history where they were planning on doing this for a long time. You understand? So we got to understand that's always been a trick bag. They package it up and make it seem good. They give you movies like The Blind Side and make it seem like getting a white family to sponsor you with some kind of come up. And we don't realize how dangerous that is. You notice whenever you see particularly a black boy raised by one of these white families, notice he never turns out to be a heterosexual. I mean, it's very rare when it happens, but every time you see a black boy being raised in one of these white adoptive families, damn near 98% of the time, he doesn't turn out to be heterosexual. There's always some kind of sexual experiment going on with the boy. Boy, putting a little black boy in one of these white families, that's the worst based on history. Based on history. Look at Charlize Theron. She got She's got this little child experimenting on him, putting him in a dress. Meghan Markle, she's out there with that white royal family. Did y'all hear about what they said about the child? They're going to raise the child to be gender neutral. Did y'all hear that? Google what I'm saying. They're talking about the child ain't going to have no gender. I said, oh, Lord. Here they go. Google what I'm saying. Google what I'm saying. They're talking about Meghan Markle's child, whatever it is. They're talking about the child. They're going to raise it. They're not going to raise it gender specific. Google that. Here they go. Yeah, they're talking that gender neutral stuff already. When it's a black child that's going to be in the royal family. Oh, no. Oh, we about to do some experimenting now. None of that traditional stuff. You know, when that royal family, everything is supposed to be traditional. Everything is supposed to be by the book, right? That's the royal family. So everything, that's the prince and the duke and all, it's supposed to be by the book based on tradition. Now that it's about to be a child with black DNA, with observational black DNA, which you can see, all of a sudden, they're already talking about doing some experiments. Here they go. She doesn't identify as black, but they identify her as black. Let's be clear. She doesn't identify as black. They identify her as black. You can't run from that. They announce it's supposed to be a boy and then announce how they're supposed to raise it. Let me find the article. Let me find some of the specific articles. There's a bunch of articles. So they found out it's about to be a boy, so it's the experimentation is about to be on. Meghan Markle. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me look up an article. Yeah, they're talking about they're gonna raise it gender neutral. They're talking all types of stuff. Gender fluid. Well, here they go. No, I don't know what that means. Gender neutral, gender fluid. Don't know what all that means, but here they go. You dig? But everybody hit the subscribe button. Everybody hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed. If you have not subscribed, everybody hit that subscribe button for a player. Hit the subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, the Hold Your Own Nut shirts, love them. Shout out to everybody who got the Hold Your Own Nut shirts. You can get this at TariqElite.com. TariqElite.com. That's where you can get that shirt. And we saw when Princess Diana was messing with that Egyptian cat. We saw they got her up out the paint. You saw they got her up out the paint quick. Man. All right. So, but like I said, we got to keep our eye on everything, man. We gotta be on top of this stuff. We have to be able to counter these narratives that's coming out. You know, Tarana Burke, she's running around here doing her white sponsors have her doing the HBCU tour, and she's going around talking about the Me Too movement ain't about white men. You did? Well, let me find that article. Hold on one second. Let me find that article. Okay, yeah, let me show y'all. She was up there at one of these HBCUs. She's going on a tour now. So she's just taking off the gloves as far as what the agenda is. Let me show y'all this article. Hold on one second. Y'all rock with me 1 second. Let me actually show it to you. All right, this is the article there. Ronenberg. The Me Too movement is not just about white men. And we said that we've been pointing out how she said it's not her job to go after white men. This whole thing, basically, again, we've been telling people that the whole thing was really about saving white men and putting all the energy onto black men. The name of the game is to get their Negro minions to assist these white supremacists with the racial targeting of black men. It starts off with celebrities. They got to get prominent black celebrities, skip over all the white ones and get the prominent black celebrities, and then, throw all that dirt on them while giving smacks on the wrist to all the white dudes over here. And then that trickles down to the everyday man. So now you notice a lot of black men are getting hit with these crazy ass draconian laws, these sexual assault laws, while white males are getting passes. We look at First Them on Twitter. We show links every single day, just case after case after case after case after case after case of white men all around the country getting smacks on the wrist for doing vile sexual things. They be out here molesting infants, molesting toddlers, raping women. I mean, getting slaps on the wrist for not just raping kids and women. They be videotaping this stuff and getting slaps on the wrist. The other day, there was a brother, I forgot what city he was in. He was a teenager, him and this white girl. He met this white girl at a bar. Both of them were under the age of 21. They were both drinking, and they made out. He didn't penetrate her because DNA evidence came back and showed that there was no penetrative action going on. There was no semen or fluids or nothing like that. They did a rape kit. So he didn't penetrate her. He basically made out with this white girl. The white judge was like, okay, that's rape. She used the I'm white, now it's Kansas. She used the I'm white, now say so law. Said it was rape. This brother made out with this white girl. Not only did he get arrested and charged, that brother got 12 years in jail. This suspected white supremacist judge, female judge, gave this dude 12 years in jail for basically making out with this white girl. It was on some, it's rape. I'm just going to say that's rape. So we got to understand what's going on out here, family. This thing is real. When these draconian laws are just saying the hell with the Constitution, they're going all out with the I'm white, not say so narrative. We got to be on top of our game. And brothers, you got to be careful. Look, I know a lot of brothers out there, you love the Becky juice. I know you love it. When people tell you that you can't have something when something is forbidden, that gives you a stronger desire to have it. You understand? And unfortunately, man, it's dangerous. Now, it's dangerous to be with anybody, but it's really dangerous at this point. And you got to understand. You got to understand the risk that you're taking, and brothers do understand that risk, and that makes it more alluring. When brothers get with a white chick, it's like, damn, I'm risking my life for this, but damn. So I got to make it last. I got to really make this thing count. When your life is on the line, see, niggas like taking that kind of gamble. You like that gamble for the Becky juice. You want that gamble. You risking your life, literally. You get killed messing with these white girls now. They've gone back to that. They've gone back to that. You know? Shout out to Hawaii, my man over there in Hawaii. Yeah, the brother's, his name is Albert Wilson, the brother who got 12 years. But we better understand the political game that we're in. Understand, sex is politics. And understand when you're dealing with somebody from another race, especially if they're white, they have a political advantage. Whether you want to accept that or not. She might be up there with her little pink cheeks spread open, talking about, oh, do it, black daddy, and all that. You think you running things, but man, all she got to do is just get up out that bed and say, you know what? I was drinking earlier, so I wasn't in my right mind. And understand, all sex between a black man and a white woman, even consensual sex, in the system of white supremacy is considered rape. They think it's rape. All of it is rape because they think, by the definition of rape, if you're not in your right mind and you have sex, that's still rape. If it's with a black person, not with a white person. White man can knock you in the head and rape you in an alley, and they'll be like, well, he was just being a little ornery. You know, we don't want to mess his career up, so we're not going to call that rape. But understand what rape is in a system of white supremacy. The sex act between a black man and a white woman, they look at that as warfare. The sex act between a black man and a white woman, that's considered warfare. So you're waging war on them because the sex act, that's the initiation to reproduction. Black reproduction with a white woman equals black children. So that's killing them to a certain degree. That's what Dr. Welsing taught us. You understand? So we have to always keep that in mind. We have to always keep that in mind. So we don't like the concept of war. We don't like thinking in those terms. And that's our downfall. You better understand when you out here doing what you do, that's a war going on. And you can be oblivious to the war if you want to, but that's not going to stop the war. That's why with black people, and also this is the month of April. Black people have to be very careful in the month of April. I told people, the month of April, a lot of white supremacist attacks, they do them anyway, but they kind of up the ante around the month of April. These white supremacists are looking for ways to instigate incidents with you, so that they can justify harming you. And this includes law enforcement. I saw a video, I want to say it was down in Georgia. They were at some kind of Waffle House or some kind of IHOP restaurant, and a black man and his wife were there. A black man and his wife, they were there. And they were arguing. Somebody called the police on them because of some pancakes. They said that they didn't want to pay for pancakes. I think the brother, they wanted them to take the pancakes back or take it off the bill or something. It was something very minor, but they called the police on them. It was IHOP. So the police is there over some pancakes. Now, the wife was trying to explain what was up. The brother, off code. It was in Marietta, Georgia. The brother, he's on some shit, man. I'm a man too, man. Y'all taught me. You don't understand warfare. My dude, let me tell my people stuff. Listen to me. Listen to me, family. Y'all better stop going out your house thinking that everything is gravy, and then when these race soldiers pull up on you, you think you're going to be out here acting a fool and all that old emotional stuff. Dude, like Neely Fuller said, in a system of white supremacy, you expect that to happen. That's why you got to stay cool. You better expect something like that to happen. See, black folks, we think that we just going to run our mouths and talk big talk like we do around other black folks. That's going to work. So you can talk all that big talk to another black person and that'll calm them down. You think, okay, I'm going to talk that big talk to these white people. And then you see they slowly start piling up. You see? That's what the brother, I'm looking at the video, and cop after cop started coming in. I said, brother, this brother don't even know. He don't even know what's about to go down, man. And not next weekend. Oh, hold on, my man D. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, the brother was like, man, come on, man. Some pancakes, man. Damn, man. And the wife knew what was up. So the wife was trying to talk to one of the cops, and the brother was all flailing around. Oh, man, this is crazy, man. Damn. And slowly, more cops started coming in. I said, oh, brother, you need to chill. I'm thinking, brother, you playing into their trap. The cops will stand there and act dumb and just keep talking, and they will keep making little irrational conversations and irrational comments. And the brother was just, oh man, I'm a man just like you. Bruh, I don't want to play the video, man. I don't want to play the video. But I'm thinking, brother. Should I play the video? Hold on, let me look, because the video's kind of long. I didn't intend on playing it, but let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Because this is what you should know and what you should learn and what you should not do. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, yeah, this is it right here. Brutal arrest at IHOP. Okay. Okay, this is the police version of it. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you. No, I didn't.
Is that him? Okay. 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 All right. Let me play it. Let me play it for you, and I just kind of walk you through what the brother doing the most, man. I know you want to try to, flex and, you want to be in control and everything. But look, we're in a system of white supremacy, man. Once they get at you like that, you're at a disadvantage. You ain't helping nothing. You already caught. All right. This is our brother right here. This is our brother right here. Let me, all right. Okay. Let me try to do this in a way where y'all can see me kind of. Hold on. I do it like that. I do it like that. All right. Okay. All right. Let me play this. All right.
Yes, you did. You been tolerating. Stop talking. You
Okay. Okay. It skips. Okay. Okay. I don't want to see the skip version. Where it is. IHOP. Okay, this is the longer version, I think. Okay, this is the longer version. Okay, I hate those long intros. Okay,
Why? Ain't nobody do nothing.
Okay, where's the? I want to see the long version of this. There's a longer version of this. When did this happen? 2 days ago. Okay. Marietta. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Okay, let me see if I can find the long version of it. Local IHOP. Okay. This is the longer version, looks like. Okay, this is that's the advice show. That's the advice show. That's one. Shout out to Phil from the advice show. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think, let me see what this is. Hopefully ain't nobody talking.
Okay,
oh, here it is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell her, but you not gonna holler at me like that now. Okay, but you not gonna holler at me like that. I'm a man just like you a man.
Right, so you need to wait.
Please, you got too much to lose these days.
Show some respect so I can show
You show some respect.
No.
All right, now my man's wife is trying to tell him, chill. His wife is saying, hey, chill. I'm a man just like you. Brother, you are in a black people. Understand, once they get you, all that I'm a man stuff, telling them that and you can't back it up, you don't have any kind of army to back that up. You better look at yourself in war. Look at yourself in war, man. Look at yourself in a situation of warfare. Act like you're like somebody in Vietnam and you just got caught behind enemy lines. If you were in Vietnam, and I'm just using Vietnam as an example, and they catch you behind enemy lines and take you to a POW camp, all that yelling, what's that going to do? I'm a man. Come on, I'm a man just like you. What's that going to do? You understand? When you get caught behind them enemy lines, you better chill. They got you. They already got you. When they show up, they got you. You are at a disadvantage.
I don't know what's up. Dude, we shouldn't leave. We shouldn't leave.
Okay,
Let's go, baby.
let me talk to her. tell me real quick.
For what?
Okay, let me explain to you. When I came in here, I was sitting outside for 20
All that
minutes.
brother, chill. See, this brother, that's what they want this dude to do. They want this brother to do that. Name, rank, and serial number. Real talk. This is what they want y'all to do. When y'all get out here dealing with these race soldiers, that's what they want you to do. They want you to be emotional because they know that we're emotional. So they want you to be emotional. They want you to be walking around all distraught. Oh, man, damn, this is so unfair. God, man, this is unfair. Man, come on, we need to go. Man, you better chill. Now you weren't doing anything. That's the trap. They're trapping you. Black people, don't let them trap you. Don't let them trap you. They don't have anything on you, so now you're doing all this flailing around, and man, I'm a man. That's what now they're going to get some on you. Now you're giving them something to put on you. You dig? You better be quiet in situations like this because you're at war.
I came in here, I asked for a contact number, and I wasn't there. He got my information. He asked me whether he could start riding the field, and he came in and here making omelets because they said they're
They
not
weren't
bacon.
asking me to leave
When he came back, he said that they're not serving bacon.
because I'm back.
So he said that he
Bruh.
right with him because he asked him. He said,
Now more cops are coming in. They done already called backup.
I'm like, can I just get
And black people, read the room. Now when you see the other ones coming in, they've already called backup on you. So the word is, you doing all this talking, you ain't listening, so they slowly coming in so they can surround you. So more soldiers are coming in on you. And this brother talking so damn much, he ain't paying attention to the setup that's happening. Brothers and sisters, you better keep your eyes open out here. Be on code. You're at war. This brother's putting himself in greater danger by running his mouth. We talk too damn much. Calm down. Calm down. They want you to do all that talking, so they slowly coming in so that they can go at you. Hold on.
nobody will give me
He's still nigga-splaining. That's nigga-splaining. Now, they want that. Oh, let me fast forward some more.
He's yelling. He's yelling. The officer is yelling at you. So he's not yelling right now.
He's still talking. Let me go
But
first.
you not gonna yell at
Nobody's
me.
that threat, nobody.
Yell
He
at
came
me.
in
You
here
not gonna
yelling.
yell at me.
He came in here yelling.
Sir, don't grab me, sir. Please. Please. Please, sir, don't grab me, sir.
There was no death threat.
And the wife is trying to tell him to chill. Black people, listen. Black people. He's on this. You ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna yell. You ain't gonna. Black people, stop doing that. Black people, stop doing that. Telling somebody what they ain't gonna do as if you got backup. Black folks like to pretend they got this backup. That's what they want. They know you ain't got no damn backup. You understand? They know you ain't got no backup. Let's stop. They know that. Man, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. I see black folks do that all the time. Man, I ain't gonna go to jail. Hell no. I ain't gonna go. What you gonna do? See, we used to playing that little goofy game with other black folks, talking about, man, I'll blow this house up, man. I'll come see you. I ain't gonna do nothing. But keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Be quiet. When these race soldiers show up, you lost. You're at a disadvantage. When they show up, you are at a disadvantage. When they show up, basically, you're dealing with the United States military and you. It's the military against you. It's the United States military and you. You dig? So he's up here niggas playing still. What up? My daughter, you about to leave? What's up, man? Oh, no, they can't see you. There you go. Say hi. You be safe out here. Oh, Mateo's mad because she's leaving. Mateo's he doesn't see his sister that often, so you hear Mateo's crying. He's very attached to his sister. She's leaving. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. No, let me play some more of this. Let me play some more.
You just listen to me.
Okay, but don't grab me, sir. That's all I'm asking.
So I need you to okay.
I'm listening. Don't grab me. I don't want to see that. Why?
Oh man, the race soldier's telling him just sit down. That's what he should have done. Sitting down is good. He should have sat down. Just sit down. I don't want to sit down. Why? God, why do black folks stop doing that? Chill. Black people. Said Miss Kawami, you didn't know you and I were neighbors? Where do you live, Miss Kawami? Oh man, brothers, please chill. Please chill. Please chill. He should have sat down. Sitting down would have been the best thing he could have did. Just sat there and don't say nothing. You dig? He sat there not saying anything. What's up, Miss Kawami? You out in Chatsworth too? That's what's up. So anyway, let me play the rest. All right.
Why do you gotta talk
about
him like that?
Now, you see that? So they already about to get him now. He don't even know this dude is a sitting duck. You see, the big tall race soldier then came in with the gloves on, positioned himself. So now they've surrounded this guy right now. I gotta break it down. I'm letting it play and breaking it down. They've surrounded him now. Now they've surrounded this brother. He's still running his damn mouth. He doesn't realize that they've surrounded him. So now you don't even understand the danger now. He doesn't understand the danger he's in. When they come in there with gloves, his brother's, oh man, black people, please stop doing that. Stop being so emotional. He didn't even realize it. The brother didn't even realize it. So they got him surrounded while he's running his mouth. Why? Why is this happening to me? Why y'all doing this? I'm a man. I is a man. Why are y'all doing this? I don't understand. See, we confused. You in a war. Stop being confused. Stop being confused. You are in a war right now. Once you understand that, you won't be confused. Just like Neely Fuller says, if you don't understand white supremacy and how it works, everything you do will only confuse you. And that brother's confused.
You still hollering though.
Now they got him.
Why? Ain't nobody do nothing. Ain't nobody do nothing.
He didn't do anything.
Hold on.
Nardo, just let them do what they gonna do.
No!
Let them do what they gonna do.
I'm not resisting. Why you doing all
Nardo.
that?
Can I
Why you
please
doing all
tell
that?
him and tell him
I'm
what
not even
I'm just
resisting.
trying to calm him down.
Look,
I know. Nardo! Please! Please, you just don't tell him to stop. Nardo!
That is so wrong. That is so.
And goddamn, see, black folks, come on, man. We're at war now. All these race soldiers are wrong. Of course, they're wrong, but damn, they're still going to be protected in the system of white supremacy. Now, look at this: the big, tall race soldier. Number one, man, we gotta learn how to read the room, man. Look at his tattoos. I would have been looking at them tattoos. Them tattoos might be questionable. That alt-right looking haircut. A couple of them got the alt-right haircut. So if you're standing there and you see some of these race soldiers come in there with these alt-right looking haircuts, you better understand the danger you're in. And you better act like you're in danger and keep your mouth shut and assess what's going on in the room. And that's another thing, black people, we start yelling, because that's all we know how to do. We get hemmed up and we start yelling. Yeah.
Wrong. That is so wrong.
Please. Please stop. Please
Please
stop.
don't. They didn't do anything. They were just here eating.
I'm trying to help y'all out. How are you force like that?
Now they about to tase. Now they're tasing him for no reason. You see? That's what they wanted to do. Now you just gave them justification for doing everything they wanted to do. You running your mouth is exactly what they wanted. Let's use the taser. They're going to be high-fiving each other back at the precinct. That's exactly what they wanted to do. They realize that you're at a disadvantage. You don't realize this. You thinking, man, I'm in the right. This is over some bacon. It ain't about no bacon. This ain't about no damn pancakes. You are in a system of white supremacy. Black folks, get that through your damn heads. That's why black folks loved it. This is probably one of them people, you say something about white supremacy. White supremacy? What you talking about? There ain't no white supremacy. White man, I'm a man. I do what I want to damn do. Oh, that big plantation buck talk, that ain't going to work when you get around them white supremacists. You understand? You better understand war, advantages and disadvantages. Like Neely says, don't fuss, don't fight, don't flee. Keep your mouth shut. Stay cool. Don't say nothing. You play a little bit more, but basically, they tased him and arrested him, They gaffled him up. And
Give me my taser!
Don't use things like that.
They're gonna act like they're gonna shoot him for eating pancakes at the IHOP. Are y'all gonna shoot him? Are y'all gonna shoot him for eating pancakes at the IHOP? Y'all gonna shoot him?
Please put a handcuff on him. Put a handcuff on sir.
I ain't doing that!
look at all them alt-right haircuts. Now they beating him. All right, that's enough. That's enough. All right. Yeah, this ain't about no pancakes. See, that's what y'all be thinking. See, y'all, you interact with these white supremacists, and then they make a big deal about you being at a swimming pool. It ain't really about no swimming pool. They'll call the police on you about a parking spot. It ain't about no parking spot. They'll come gaffle you up over some groceries. It ain't about no groceries. That's just the excuse they use to use racial terrorism. You understand? And we think all that screaming and yelling and talking about how unfair we're being treated, that's going to stop people. Stop that emotional stuff, black people. Stop being in denial and understand we are in a warfare. We're in warfare right now. This is warfare. There was a little black girl, and I got to call her dad. Her dad sent me a DM, and I meant to call him today, but I've been running around. Little black girl out there in Arizona, she got killed because the family, the mom and dad and the other siblings, they were driving home in Phoenix, Arizona, and this white Hispanic dude in a white truck kind of cut them off and then started following them. He followed them all the way home, and then when they got home, the Hispanic guy just started opening fire on the family and killed the 10-year-old black girl. Okay, this happened in Arizona. Now, we put up a story on Melanoid Nation. We said, look, a suspected white supremacist Hispanic kills a black child. And the story went viral. And I posted it on my Instagram. And the dad of the girl, he DM'd me. And he was like, I like to, if there's any information or any stories about, my kid, if y'all could holler at me, we don't want any kind of racial tension. It was a very strange email he sent. Yeah, we don't want to have any kind of racial tension or something. I said, oh, man, bro. And I kind of been going back and forth with them because I'm thinking, brother, you better not be on what I think you on. Brother, you better not be on what I think you on. And I asked the brother, and I said, look, my condolences to you and your family. I know that's very hard to deal with, losing your daughter. And I said, brother, do you think this thing had anything to do with race? And he was like, I don't know. I didn't talk to the suspect. I didn't talk to him. He just started shooting. I don't know. I said, oh, brother. Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds like it's, to me, I'm going to holler at him, but just the way he was sound like it was on, let's not make it about race because that'll mess up our little GoFundMe money. That's what I took away from it, and I that's kind of what I took away from it, because I know they got a GoFundMe for the child, for the funeral and all that, but black folk, and shout out, that's why Jason Black, shout out to my dude Jason Black, he says before he makes any type of public announcement about some type of shooting or killing, he wants to see the family's mentality, because a lot of times we out here fighting for these families, and then the family's back here with a plate full of damn butter biscuits because there's a check coming. So let me say this. The post that we put up really wasn't too much about the little girl. It was really about the suspect. And my thing was really warning people about this suspect and others like him. Look, I know some of y'all want to get your check and all that, but man, this is about my kid. It's really about this suspect and other people like him. That's why I try to make it about what we need to look out for. Now, they're questionable. My man's motives, intentions, they're questionable. And again, the person lost a child. People react different ways. I get that. I'm not going to criticize anybody who just lost a child. I ain't going to do that. But it's still my job to warn black people about the threat that's out there. Okay? It's still my job to let people know about the threat, because, like I told people, the month of April, these type of attacks are going to start happening. So all black folks have to be on the lookout for these suspected white supremacists, even if they're Hispanic suspected white supremacists. And that's another thing. A lot of people wanted to jump up in the comment section talking about, how is he a white supremacist and he's Hispanic? They're running game on you when they say that. I want black folks to understand. When they do that, that means they're playing dumb. They know exactly what the hell we're talking about, because they understand that most of them are classified as white. Also, most of these gang members, these Hispanic gangs, many of them, especially in the big gangs, the Mexican Mafia, Serranos 13, the Nazi lowriders, some of these big Latino gangs, many of them are allied with white supremacist groups, and they know this. They try to play this dumb word game on you guys, man. Don't let them play that game. A lot of the big Hispanic gangs are clicked in with white supremacist groups. They are allied with them. You dig? Hispanic is not a race, and they know that. They try to play a game. They try to play this game on you. So always remind them of that. When, hey, Hispanic and white supremacists, what are you talking about? And please, these gangs can't wait to hook up with the skinheads and all these other white supremacist groups. That's a reality. And then they launch attacks on black people. That's a reality. They launch these little old ambush attacks as forms of initiation on black folks. You dig? So we got to be very aware of that. We got to be very, very aware of that. And again, a lot of these people, they get around us and try to play that minority card, and then they get around the dominant society, and then they play in the white card again. And the other day I was talking about Alexandria Ocasio Cortez when she was doing that speech over there with Sharpton's organization. They were talking to a predominantly black crowd. And then Alexandria started talking in this fake Ebonics black scent. Did y'all see that? I put that on my Instagram and on my Twitter. Let me put that up here. She was talking in this real weird black scent. Hold on one second. Listen to this garbage. Hold on.
This is what organizing looks like.
Right.
This is what building power looks like. This is what changing the country looks like. It's when we choose to show up and occupy the room and talk about the things that matter most, talking about our future. You know, Reverend, you bring up a funny anecdote, and I'm proud to be a bartender. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with working retail, folding clothes for other people to buy. There is nothing wrong with preparing the food that your neighbors will eat. There is nothing wrong with driving the buses that take your family to work. This is what organizing looks like. This is what building power looks like.
All right, sorry about that.
This is what changing the country looks like.
Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, Lord. Fake as hell. Ain't nothing wrong. Oh, stop. And they try to make it seem like that's a Bronx accent. People in the Bronx don't talk like that. That's how she gets when she's comfortable. That's her Bronx accent. Stop it. That pandering. All of a sudden, you sound like a 70s movie. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Jive Turkey. Can't you dig it? Out of sight. Shut up. Clapping her hand. Ain't nothing wrong. That's what it look like. Stop. It's so condescending and disrespectful. Oh, they're so condescending and disrespectful, man. You dig? But everybody, hit that subscribe button, by the way. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And also, let's look at the Kickstarter. We got to see what the Kickstarter's looking like. What that look like? What the Kickstarter look like? Ain't nothing wrong. All right, let's get that Kickstarter popping. We're trying to get to 30K tonight, family. Let's make that happen for the buck-breaking documentary. This is real business we got going on here. We're trying to get this thing popping. Ladies and gentlemen, this is some serious business. Understand, we got going... Oops, sorry about that, guys. We got to understand, man, we get into some heavy territory with this documentary. We're exposing a lot of stuff, man. Understand, we need folks on this. We need folks on this fast. Because we talking about some real things here, man. When people start talking about that particular community and these pedophile rings and all that, man, that's dangerous stuff. There's a book called The Lost Boys of Bird Island. There's a book called The Lost Boys of Bird Island. It came out last year. It was written by a dude over in South Africa. A white dude in South Africa wrote this book. The white dude who lives over in South Africa. He was an ex-police officer out there in South Africa. White guy, old white guy. And, he's been around the scene, and he exposed an extensive pedophile ring out there in South Africa, this white-run pedophile ring where they taking kids on this island out there and just raping them. Some kids are being murdered. The Lost Boys of Bird Island. Y'all look that book up. I mean, he spilled the beans in that book. 2 days before that book was published, his ass was found dead with a gunshot wound in his head. I think his name was Mark Minnie. Mark Minnie. They tried to say it was suicide. Yeah, man. Dude, that's what I'm telling you. Look up Mark Minnie. When you started, he exposed that, and all of a sudden, he had a suicide. Yeah. Where are my South African people? Where are my South African people? Yep, right after he published that book, all of a sudden, he had a suicide. You know what that means? All that, every time something gets exposed, all of a sudden there's a suicide. Okay. All right. You did? I might take calls a little bit later. I might take calls a little bit later, fam. A little bit later, I might take calls. But yeah, The Lost Boys of Bird Island, that's the name of that book. And this thing is deep, man. The stuff that goes on out here, family, it's some deep stuff happening out here, man. So, we got to be abreast of it, man. We just got to be on top of it. We got to be on top of it. Now, somebody spoke about Nipsey. I think the funeral is going to be this Thursday. I'm trying to get some details about it, and I've been talking to people from the neighborhood, and there's a lot of other details coming out. One thing is about the dude, about the actual killer, the Eric Holder guy. From what I understand, some other footage, somebody told me they saw some other footage, and he was at the Fat Burger, so he was kind of around that area. And then some of the cameras show him changing clothes, from what I've been hearing. Now, this hasn't come out in the news yet or in the media yet, but some of my people on the ground, they told me that there's camera footage of the guy actually changing clothes. So that's interesting. If they got this dude changing clothes, the hell he get another set of clothes for? So this further shows that this seemed like something that was premeditated. You dig? Now let's be clear. Even though we believe that there are many outside hands in this thing, we do have to acknowledge the fact that there are Negroes out here who can be co-opted. A lot of people are talking about, is this jealousy or is this a hit? My man Nipsey's brother, rest in peace Nipsey, but his brother, Black Sam, did an interview with LA Times, and he said in the interview, he said, hey, my brother's execution, I don't know if this was really jealousy or was this a hit job? So even he's questioning what the real motives were. Yes, why would he have a change of clothes? What I'm hearing, the dude changed into different clothes. He brought some clothes and he changed into clothes. All right? So is it a hit job or is it jealousy? And I believe that it could be both. I believe it's both. Because you got a lot of jealous, dusty Negroes out here. And some of these Negroes, they can't wait for somebody to give them the opportunity to do something negative to another black person. There's a lot of jealous and dustiness out here, especially towards black people in America. Black people here, especially us who do things progressively, anytime we do something where we try to elevate ourselves or elevate others, we always become a target by two groups, the white supremacists and the jealous and the dusty. Now that is a reality. LA, it's a different type of dust and jealousy. Because, we got the gang culture out here. And also, we got to understand, and I was talking about this the other night because I was doing my broadcast and a low crackhead-looking dude called up. And that just reminded me about all these dudes that I would avoid as a kid. Coming up out here as a teen, I would run all around South Central Compton, Long Beach. I lived in all of those areas. Lived in Long Beach for a little bit. Lived on the 108th in Normandy for a little bit. Lived all over. I lived all over LA. I lived on El Segundo Boulevard in Compton for a little bit. And like other youths, in the 90s, we go to Crenshaw. We go hit Venice Beach, go hit up Crenshaw. Crenshaw and Slauson, those were our stomping grounds over there. That's where everything was popping. Then we go up there over there by Lamert Park. There was like a little burger joint over there. They had a Church's Chicken. Do they still have Church's Chicken over there by Lamert Park? No. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about just jealous niggas in general. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about jealousy in general. Let's be very clear. Yeah, I would get evicted when I was in the Valley. That's when I really got evicted. But yeah, I think he's a patsy too. And another thing too, the killer down there, when he got caught out there and I say caught loosely, when he got caught in Bellflower, I saw something where one of the witnesses said he drove up in a white truck. He drove there in a white truck, parked the truck, they arrested him. After they arrested him, the police got into his truck and drove off. Like, what the hell is that? Okay, that sounded weird, but I digress. But back to what I was saying. Now, I'm hanging out, kicking it out there with all the players, doing my thing. A lot of my friends were gangbangers. Some were players. So I would gravitate more towards the players because that was more practical. Towards the dudes who was getting money, these were the cats I would gravitate to. So the cats getting money, they would start venturing outside of the hood. You dig? Because the gangbanging thing, a lot of them weren't really trying to get money like that. A little bit, but a lot of the hardcore bangers, they weren't really trying to get no paper. You dig? And that's the thing. You can be a gangbanger, but if you don't parlay that into something else, there's only one way to go for you. You dig? And there's a lot of dudes who are just gangbangers by default. They just happen to live in a certain area. But the thing is, as a man, if you don't parlay and upgrade your lifestyle, you're going to be dusty by default, especially in a city like LA. City like LA, the cost of living is way too high. You have a city like LA where the cost of living is extremely high. And because the cost of living is high, you better either get a good, consistent hustle where the risks are minimum, or you know how to be low-key enough to move around in the game so that you can get your proceeds and flip legit while being under the radar. Or you're going to just fall by the wayside. Rent is too high out here to be BSing around. That's why whenever you see somebody who's on some dusty hater tip out here, I already know their background. This ain't the city for a hater to thrive. I'm explaining to you about the LA mentality. This ain't the city for a hater to thrive. If you are a hater, you're not going to thrive in LA. Rent is too high. The cost of living is too high. Insurance is too high. So hating means that you need the luxury to hate. Somebody has to support your living if you're going to be a damn hater. You dig? So when a cat is hating, who's supporting this hater? You understand me? Who's supporting this dude? There's too much going on out here to be a hater, just a long-time hater. Just be somebody hating on everybody else, talking down on everybody else. Who's supporting you? That type of mentality, you couldn't thrive out here because that means you ain't focusing on getting your money. Most hustlers in LA, they wake up thinking about money, how I'm going to get some money, how I'm going to hit this, how I'm going to get it. That's what the average hustler thinks when you live out here in LA because that's the kind of city we're in. You got to get it. When you get out that bed, look, I got a hustle going on. Where are my clients? Where's my business partners? Where's my clientele? Where's my customers? Where are my folks? Where are my allies? How am I going to get this cheddar today? Who am I going to link up with to get this cheddar today? You dig? Well, cat hating, that means this dude is living off somebody else. Now, if you're a grown-ass dude and you're a hater, automatically, number one, you either got some hood rat baby mama you're living off of. You're living off some chick Section 8. That's number one. So when you see a nigga hating, all right, this he got some Section 8 hood rat baby mom somewhere. So he's living in dust somewhere, because a real chick who's really getting it, she ain't gonna be around no hater dude. No real woman want no old hating dude, number one. You dig? Because a woman who's got some stuff going on with herself, the last thing she wants is a dude sitting around running his mouth, hating on folks. Hating on Nipsey, hating on whoever. So a woman who has something going on, she don't want that. So the only woman a dude like that could get is one of these prison pen pal hood rats. All right? So he's going to be festering in dust. Just like the Eric Holder, the getaway driver, is a hood rat. You know? That's who you're going to get. You're going to get getaway driver type chicks. That's who you're going to be with. That's who you're going to be around. Getaway drivers. All right? You can't live off your mama too long, because your mama's going to want you out. Your mama ain't going to want you making her house hot, because what happens is these dudes try to do a little trapping outside at their mama house, and then you make your mama's house hot. You out there trying to serve in front of granny's crib, and now you got her joint under surveillance, and then she got to put the house up to get your dumb ass out of jail. She got to bail you out. So you done already mess mama and grandma's finances up. So they want you the hell away from the house. You dig? So these dusties who ain't really learning no real thorough hustle, no thorough game, but hating on the next cat, they become very dangerous. We're showing you what goes into the mentality of a jealous hater. Then you see somebody else in the hood stacking their money up, buying stores, buying businesses. I mean, that makes you, you get real disgruntled with them. Then the hater juice starts festering. So let's say you're a grown hater, you're an old hater. Who's supporting you? Who else is supporting you? A lot of times, these older haters, these are dudes who did some significant jail time. So you got caught trying to hit a lick and you didn't understand the game. You didn't understand how to hustle. You hit a lick in your late teens, possibly early 20s, but usually they get you out here in your late teens. So they give you 5-10 years. You get out when you're 29, just like this dusty Eric Holder dude. You get out. The world has moved on without you. Cats out here doing big things. Cats out here getting money. And the dudes who you started with are dudes whose neighborhood you started around. So they're doing better than you. They're up here talking about stocks, bonds, businesses. They're talking about different things. And even on the street level, they don't even have to be legit. But even a dude, another cat that you run with or used to run with in the hood, now he done flipped something real good and he got his money right. He done set up shop lovely. He's employing other folks. He got something popping. So now you hating on that cat. You trying to figure out how to undermine that dude. So these jealous and dusty cats all in the hood who ain't got nothing popping, they look for ways to undermine those who do. This is why we got to watch these cats. Watch cats around you who ain't got nothing popping. We got to be very careful about that, black people. When cats are around you, cats coming around, hey, man, what's up, homie, man? Whatever. Watch what they got going on. If they ain't got nothing going on, man, these dudes might be trying to angle to get up off something off your plate. And another thing, who's supporting these dudes? A lot of these jealous, hating dudes, a lot of times, they living in a halfway house. That's another thing. Got a lot of these dudes who living up in a halfway house, running their mouth, talking greasy, talking about all the stuff they used to do in the game, how thorough they used to be when they were 18, 19, how much work they put in. Now they sitting up here broke, dusty, and then that broken dusty, you mix that together, that becomes a cloud of hate. You understand? Watch these dudes. That becomes a cloud of hate. And then what happens? You get a lot of cats who done did a little time in jail. All of a sudden you see them on the streets. They don't have no game. They ain't got nothing going on, but they still have to be supported. But you still see them around the neighborhood, kind of dressed a little fly. They got the latest sneakers. They got the latest little jewelry here. They got the latest little clothes. You know, they maintain it. They're able to, you know, dress pretty decent, smoke a little something pretty decent. They ain't really rolling in nothing heavy. But at least they get to keep their little personal thing clean. Who's supporting those dudes? We got to start putting two and two together. One of these little dudes out here in the hood who ain't got no game, but they still dressed a little fresh. They got their little nigga trinkets in order. As long as they got their nigga trinkets in order, they're good. So these are dudes who are usually getting some informant type of kickbacks. So now, these dudes get a couple of little dollars here and there to tell what's happening in the neighborhood. You understand now? I'm trying to give you an assessment of what to look for in some of these jealous, dusty dudes. Because those type of dudes are prime ready to be used by law enforcement against folks who are doing good things. These dudes are primed and ready. These little dusty dudes who ain't got no game, they done hit a few licks and got caught up, and all of a sudden they back on the streets, and they just a tad bit too fresh. But you're like, wait, this dude ain't really flipping no work. He ain't flipping no work. So why is this dude? Sorry about that. There's insects on my thing. Why is this dude? You know, my man he's a little crispy. His clothes are a little crisp. So what's he got going on? He ain't setting nobody down on the blade. I mean, what he got going on? And watch what they say about other dudes. Man, such and such doing this. Man, look at that nigga, man. He ain't doing it like me. Man, such and such ain't, man, I'm better than him. I was doing it bigger than him. When y'all hear that type of talk, y'all better watch it, especially from dudes who've reached a certain age. So you're supposed to outgrow hating. As a man, you're supposed to outgrow hating. When you're an old hater, now that's a problem. When you start getting around 30 and you still hating, you become dangerous. A young dude hating, that's what it is. He's still game goofy. You know, he hadn't learned nothing. By the time you 29, 30, you're supposed to learn something by now. If you haven't learned nothing by 30, that means you're going to be stuck in your dusty ass ways for the most part. And I'm talking about on the street level. You're going to be stuck in your dusty ways. And then you're going to be looking for ways to undermine other cats. Yeah? So talking down and talking greasy about the next man, that's a recipe for danger. So now, if you are an informant, if you're a snitch, the people who are your handlers, they can see that because they monitor everything you do. If you are a snitch, remember, you're being monitored all the time. Your connections within law enforcement, they know everything about you. They know everything, everywhere you move. They know your next of kin, your girlfriend. Understand, if you are an informant, they know everything about you. Y'all remember that movie Belly with DMX? And in the movie, DMX caught a case and they told him, look, since we got you, you caught a case, you work for us, we need you to carry out an assassination on somebody in the Nation of Islam. Remember that? They do stuff like that for real. You better believe they do stuff like that for real. Well, they did that with Fred Hampton. But instead of getting William O'Neill to carry out the assassination, they just had him give an outline of the apartment where my man Fred was sleeping, and then the police just came in and just started shooting. But yeah, they know where to meet up with you. They know your next of kin. They know your every move. They know what safe houses you go to and what safe houses to take you to. Listen, when you are an informant and the police needs information, And understand, these hater dudes, they come around and they soak up information and they can't wait. They know everything that goes on in the hood. They know everything that goes on. Hey, man, I'm trying to smoke some. Man, I'm trying to get a bag to flip. Who I need to go to? You understand? So when these dudes, these little dusty, jealous dudes, are informants, and you out here on the streets, they got to meet you in certain places to keep you out of the public eye. You understand? Remember, they got to meet you certain places. So they got little safe houses and little secret locations where you can show up so they can chop it up with you. You ain't going down to the precinct no, they meet up with you in certain places. You know, they catch up with you, say, hey, meet us down so-and-so on Western and 60. God damn, these insects in here, man. Sorry about that. But yeah. I might take phone calls in a minute, but just flow with me. But they're like, yeah, we need you to meet over here. Meet over here at this little store. Some little building, some unmarked building somewhere that's a secret police location. Like they did in Chicago. In Chicago, they had all these little secret ass interrogation spots all over Chicago where they were beating the hell out of people. Y'all remember that in Chicago? They had all these little old secret places where they were torturing people all over Chicago. You think they ain't got that in all these cities? Right there in your neighborhood. You see all these little abandoned buildings and all that stuff. Man, they got a little police spot right up in there. Yeah, black sites. Yeah, these little off-the-radar sites where you're supposed to meet up and you're supposed to check in and give intel about what's going on. Yeah? The cops were kidnapping in Chicago. Man, they got them all over the place. And you go to in LA, right over there by Jordan Downs, in that area, you know, the police substation is right over there. They got a police substation right there. So they get these little dusty, jealous dudes, and they got them on the tape. They got them in their pockets. So when they commit a high-profile murder like this, and all of a sudden they done changed clothes and disappeared, now you can't find them. Come on, man. I'm not buying that. Now this dude who's an informant that you meet up with all over the place and you keep a tab on where he is, all of a sudden this snitch done ditched everybody? Really? The snitch done ditched everybody. Now you don't know where he is. Yeah? But I digress as far as that. But that just shows you the mentality. So understand this Eric Holder dude, there's other cats with that hater mentality that they could have co-opted. And again, this whole mentally ill thing, and then they got Chris Darden to represent this dude. So, you know, again, this looks like a setup from top to bottom. They got Chris Darden from the OJ trial to represent this guy. And, you know, we can play this game, well, this is just street business. This ain't street business. This ain't no street business. They got Chris Darden. Do y'all know how much of a Sambo Chris Darden is? First of all, most of y'all, I got a lot of young listeners, so a lot of you weren't around in the 90s. Well, you were around, but you were eating some Play-Doh or some shit. But Chris Darden is a major Sambo. It's from the OJ trial. Chris Darden used to be on the news back in the 90s talking greasy about black society. This dude had nothing but vitriol for black society. He was a major Sambo. Major Sambo. And we were clowning him heavy in the 90s. Chris Darden couldn't show his face nowhere in black society. But that was white society's darling. They loved him. because he was a prosecutor against OJ. He was hired by the city to try to prosecute OJ. And he was going to be the black face for white supremacy. You know, they needed a black guy to go at OJ with Marshall Clark and all that. So, they, you know, to make it not look racist. And then Johnny Cochran embarrassed that boy so bad. I mean, Johnny Cochran gave this dude such a verbal lashing. And everybody in black society, we were rooting for Johnny Cochran. We were rooting for justice, really. We didn't care about OJ. Black folks don't give a damn about OJ. But this dude, damn, these insects bite my damn neck, man. Shit. But this dude was supposed to be the token Negro to go after OJ, and he was going to be the mouthpiece for white supremacy, and he got his ass handed to him. They lost that case because OJ didn't do it, and I've broken that down many, many times. That glove thing, Johnny Cochran goaded in him, made him have OJ try on that glove, and that was a failure. I mean, Johnny Cochran lit his ass up. Johnny Cochran lit that dude up. So with the OJ case, because him and the prosecution lost, and that was a loss for white supremacy in their minds, that embarrassed Chris Darden. Chris Darden was very embarrassed by that, and he's always had a vendetta against black society, it seems. Chris Darden has seemed like he's always had this vendetta against black society for that, because black society was clowning him so hard, roasting him so hard. He got embarrassed by black society. Yeah, he was crying. Oh, man, he was a crying slave, Sambo. Oh, my God. So now, with this case, all of a sudden, and look, Chris Darden, he retired from being a prosecutor, went into private practice. You know, he still has clientele. So now, this big high-profile case with a person who's highly beloved in Los Angeles, Nipsey Hussle. Everybody in L.A. loved Nipsey Hussle. Not just L.A., all around the country, everybody loved this brother. So this brother was like, he's a representative of L.A. Nipsey, when you look at Nipsey, you're looking at black L.A., okay? So now his killer gets caught. All of a sudden, Chris Darden just pops out of nowhere. I'm representing him. How do you like those apples, black folks? I'm back. Remember me? So he just popped up like, surprise, here I am. You dig? And I'm representing somebody who killed your man. I'm going to represent him. So this is a political statement. This is like payback. And it looks like it was orchestrated that way. Because again, this dude used to work for the prosecution. He used to work for the police. Work for the city of Los Angeles. So now it's like, okay, we back. Remember how y'all embarrassed us? So now we about to get revenge. And people say, well, he's doing it for publicity. He don't need publicity. That's another thing. We're talking about who in the hell is paying Chris Darden to represent this dude? This is a broke gangbanger. Some people are like, well, he could be doing it pro bono. Pro bono is usually for new lawyers. Pro bono is really for up-and-coming lawyers. Also, pro bono is really used for like civil cases. If a known established lawyer is representing somebody in a court case, usually it's a civil case where there's going to be a cash payout, and then the lawyer can get his money on the back end. But a criminal murder trial, it takes a lot of resources for that. I don't think he's doing that pro bono. That would be a step down. This man is damn near in retirement. He's been practicing law for a long time. So pro bono, that's something for new lawyers. And it's too expensive for just pro bono. And he don't need the publicity. Chris Darden was in the most highly publicized trial in this country. The OJ trial, that's one of the most highly publicized trials. And then they just did a movie about Chris Darden and the whole thing. So he doesn't need publicity. He already has publicity. People in the dominant society, they know who he is. So this dude has clientele. So he don't need publicity. So somebody's giving this dude some paper. Somebody's paying this dude. Which shows this is some stuff that's set up from the top. Yeah, Darden is known everywhere. His name is synonymous with you know his name. He has his name, whether you like it or not, it's a brand. And white people rock with him because he went after the crazed, rapey, violent Negro OJ. So they like him. You dig? The millennials don't know who he is. Don't matter. That doesn't matter. Millennials, they're not paying for court cases. The white people know who he is. He said the millennials, they don't have to. The white people know who he is. See, they don't care about your little homies, your little hip-hop homies. They don't give a damn about them. Who's paying money? Where's the money? People who hire lawyers, they know who he is. He ain't doing that pro bono. He's already been, somebody's paying the dude. You think? So that's why you got to question everything with this thing. What's he going to argue? Insanity? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing didn't even go to trial. They're going to argue insanity. So the fact that they didn't retain him and got him, they look like they got a good shot. Yeah, Chris Darden ain't cheap. Man, they going to use, I already know. The fact that they had the dude show up at that mental place, and they've already put the word out that the guy had mental issues or whatever, and what he's going to probably say, hey, look, I blacked out, I was schizophrenic, I heard voices, I woke up at a mental institution, and I said, hey, I got to get some help. They're going to use the mental insanity plea. That's where they're going with it. They're going to use that mental insanity plea. He said not guilty. He pled not guilty already. They're going to do mental insanity, cut some kind of deal, and that's what it is. That's exactly what they're going to do. So that's Darden's payback. You think? They're setting it up already. You did? And when we talk about a lot of jealousy and dust, we got a lot of people who come from other places, and they seem to have a lot of vitriol towards black society. And they say little slick stuff. And we got to watch that. Kodak Black, Haitian, and shout out to my Haitian brothers and sisters. Y'all know I got a lot of love for Haiti. Got a lot of respect for Haiti. But again, we got a lot of immigrants who come over from the Caribbean and other places. They kind of come over and they kind of have a way of showing some disrespect. That's a problem. That's a problem that we're going to have to start nipping that problem in the bud. That's a problem we're going to have to start nipping in the bud. This whole thing where these little first and second gens come over and they start talking any kind of way they want to talk and disrespecting any way they want to talk. We ain't going to, that's not going to fly. That's not going to fly. Because see, what happens is I'll make it bad for the other ones. Because see, that's why we own this. I'm telling you, to hold your own nuts. We're telling you to hold your own nuts. Because what Kodak said, and Kodak is known for saying little reckless stuff, and the dude has like rape cases coming up and all this stuff. But he said something disrespectful about Lauren London. That's our sister. He was saying, he was on Instagram, Snap, or whatever, one of those things, where he was with his buddies, and he was like, yeah, man, Lauren London about to be a whole widow out here. And I don't want to repeat that garbage he was saying. It was real foul. It was real disrespectful. And then he, some other folks kind of got at him. T.I. kind of got at him on the gram, and Tank and Gilly from Philly. BG Knockout, folks were hollering at him about that. So, then Kodak Black got back online. Yeah, I say what I want to say. I say this. Man, y'all shut up. If I said something about old dude that was wrong, I apologize. I mean, just real disrespectful. Real disrespectful stuff. And Kodak, that was disrespectful. See, that it ain't about you not knowing that you said some stuff disrespectful. See, you cats, y'all come over, man. A lot of y'all second gens, y'all push that thing. Y'all push it just to see how far you can go. A lot of cats take a lot of stuff for granted. See, they don't do that with other Haitian cats. See, you wouldn't talk that way about prominent Haitian people. See, cats know better. Cats know better. That's why I'm not going to chalk that up to, well, I was just talking, I didn't know. You wouldn't say that about a prominent Haitian person. You understand? You wouldn't do that. You know how to show respect and not show respect. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. So you got to be real cognizant of what y'all doing out here. Say the new Haitian kids do. No, they know better. Some of these Haitian OGs don't play around like that. They can't say something slick about one of these Haitian OGs. They'll get at them. They'll get at them. But with Kodak, some radio stations, they're like, yeah, we ain't gonna play your stuff. Power 106 out here, they were like, yeah, we ain't gonna play Kodak stuff because that was disrespectful. So now Kodak, you're messing up your money. Now there was somebody in your camp who was saying, hey, Kodak, that's too soon. So some of the people in your camp was trying to throw some game at you, and you were on some, well, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna do what I want. Your people were trying to help you, and that's what, and I know Kodak's a young dude, 23, whatever, but man, you better learn, you better listen to one of your older folks out here. Yeah, Big Boy, that's another partner of mine. Big Boy was like, hey, this dude is foul, and Big Boy's on the beat. He's on the beat. I've been knowing Big Boy for 20 years, almost 20 years. But Kodak, you don't want to, number one, mess up your paper, because now, this is a big market, man. You don't want to say something dumb and then mess your spins up, and then, dude, let's be real, Kodak. Kodak, brother, you a mumble rapper. And ain't nothing wrong with mumble rappers. Kodak, you're a mumble rapper. And as a mumble rapper, brother, you better get it while the gettings is good. Brother, you better get it while the getting is good. And I don't say that to disrespect. Ain't nothing wrong with mumble rap. Some of it is very catchy, but it's a trend thing. So, brother, you're not going to be in the lexicons of the Nas's and the Rakims or the Nipseys. That's not where you're going to be. You hot now. You hot now. But you better get it while the getting's good. You don't want to mess that little paper up. You don't want to mess your little paper up, man. You got a hot little streak right now. And this is just some game here. I ain't even saying this to insult you. The beats are fly. Yeah, the beats are fly. And the mumble rap, it's catchy. I'm not even dumping on the mumble raps. I'm not dumping because some of that stuff is catchy. Y'all be mumbling all that nigga gibberish. Some of that is kind of catchy. I dance to it. My kids like it. You dig? But in the longevity of things, you better eat while the eating's good. You better eat while the buffet is open. So making little moves that's going to really sabotage your joint, there ain't no legacy. You don't want to do that. And I'm talking to you from a manager standpoint. I'm just going to pretend I'm your man. If I were your manager, I'd be talking to you the same way. See, that's what you need, a manager instead of not a yes man. You need somebody to sit you down and just kind of, hey, look, man, let me keep it real with you, bro. We got a good run right now. We making a lot of money. Your little mumble raps are, it's cool now. That's the fad now, but that's going to play out. So what we need to do, we need to diversify your portfolio. Number one, we're going to have to get these little rape cases up out of here. We're going to have a handler with you so that you ain't doing God knows what with God knows who, so you keep getting these cases messing up your money. Also, we're going to have to get these rats from around you so you can stop knocking up chicks and having child support payments and all that. Also, what we're going to do, we're going to get some of these drugs up out the system. You dig? Whatever you take in, all this lean or whatever, and I'm not saying he's on anything, but I'm just talking about the way a thorough manager would sit a person down and really break the game down to him. Yeah, like a Jay-Z or a Master P, somebody who's going to sit him down and just keep that thing a buck with him. And look, brother, you messing up our spins out here in L.A., talking that about somebody who just died, somebody who's well-respected in a big market, that we need those spins so we can chart. Hey, man, you don't do that. You don't burn bridges like that. Yeah? You can be on some, I do what I want, I do what I, bruh. You ain't that thorough of a lyricist to be on that. You dig? See, we got a lot of Instagram cats out here that we have an Instagram age where cats sit on the internet and talk greasy and talk grimy on the internet, and then they start playing that game in real life, and that's another thing. Cats are trying to talk at you so that you don't get caught up out here on something you don't want to really deal with. You dig? So cats can play all that tough talk all they want to. You get around some real certified cats, and dude, he looks like a big toddler. So this dude ain't really putting in no work like that. Let me tell you something. Just by your grind, you ain't got no hitters with you like that. That's gonna really throw the thing down out there in the streets for you like that. Outside of the little security that you paying with some, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking on some real talk just to help this cat. Because I don't want no BS going on, and that's why some of the stations are like, we gonna back up off you because we don't want nothing to do with you if you come out here. We don't want our name on none of that stuff because we saw what happened last time something like that happened with Biggie. Biggie made that mistake, and no disrespect to Biggie, but well, I remember like it was yesterday when I saw Biggie at the Soul Train Awards. I said, "Oh, why, brother? No." Biggie was out here on some, I'm out here. Yeah, I'm out here. Yeah, what's up, Cali? Yeah, look at me, I'm out here. Damn, brother, this ain't it right here. I remember that thing so vividly, seeing Biggie at the Soul Train Awards out here. I'm like, man, this kind of, with his chest puffed out. I'm like, damn, brother, this ain't it. This ain't it, bro. These brothers ain't playing like that out here. People ain't playing. Lord. Yeah, dude, it ain't about your little security and all that stuff. See, cats, y'all get your little security and you think you good, man. That's why they had to get Tekashi up out the streets. They had to get Tekashi off the streets to save his life. They had to get him out the streets to save his life. Because, when Tekashi came out here doing all that old goofy-ass nonsense, they were up there busting on his video shoot. They were out there popping, trying to get that dude. Yeah? AJ Prince said he warned Biggie and Puffy. Yeah. Yeah, with Kodak, dude, you just Nipsey. You think you're going to be good coming out here? Is that what you want to do, bro? This ain't Florida. And a lot of love in Florida. Much respect to Florida. And I know you got love down there in Florida. Good folks down there. But dude, that's not what you want to do, brother. That's not what you want to. Yeah, Biggie tested LA. That didn't. And Biggie was warned. Biggie should not have been out here. Biggie should not have been out here in L.A. He should have waited for a minute. Yeah, the streets told Biggie not to come out. Yeah, I do what I want. So Kodak, dude, you don't want to have that kind of energy. I know cats want to be, I'm big, I do what I want. I ain't nobody gonna little boy me. Ain't nobody gonna punk me. Dude, there's certain things you just don't do. Now it ain't no rap thing no more. See, this ain't no rap beef you doing now. See, little rap beefs are different. This is something else. You trying to get at this dude's lady. She ain't no rapper. So now that's something else. You don't even do that. You don't mention this dude's lady, especially on that level, even if you joking, especially at a time like this when we got all the gangs and everybody letting everybody know how unified we are. Do you know what that means? Let me explain what that means, brother. The gangs being unified means that everybody out here ain't gonna be banging on each other. But the outsiders, that don't go for you. You understand? The people who come out from other places talking greasy, you don't count. You're fair game. Let's be very clear. So y'all see all this unity and all that. That's just us out here making it known that, you know, we good. It ain't on site. Everything is good. Now, you popping off saying something crazy, you don't get that type of diplomatic immunity on the streets. So now you got everybody looking at you funny style. Bruh, why would you do that? I do what I want. Bruh, don't play like that, man. This ain't nothing to play with, bruh. This ain't nothing to play with. Don't y'all out here showing out and all that stuff. Cats, don't do that. Y'all come from other places and come out here trying to play like with Soulja Boy. When Soulja Boy tried to go out there to Compton, Soulja Boy got G-checked within 3 minutes. Soulja Boy went down to Compton, going, I'm out here. I'm out here in the hood. Within 3 minutes, probably less than that, a G came through and be like, man, get your ass off this damn block with all this. Get out of here. He got checked in 3 minutes. You think these dudes are playing with you out here? Dude, so Kodak, bro, you seem like your management, they seem like they're doing the best they can with you. They seem like they're doing the best they can, but you better listen. Listen to your folks, Kodak. All that tough talk, cats out here ain't buying it. And I'm just saying this for your safety. I know you're a young dude. I'm an older guy, so I'm talking to you like the old dude on the steps. You know, it's always the old dude. You better listen to the old dudes. There's a lot of old dudes out here that you might need to listen to. Hey, don't y'all go down there now. Don't y'all go down there in that abandoned house now. There's things in there that you don't want to deal with. Don't go down there. Sometimes you better listen to the old cats. Don't you go over there now. Don't you go over there trying to get no narcotics. The thing is hot over there. Don't go over there. So you gotta chill, brother. Yeah, this ain't no internet. A lot of these G's out here, that's the thing. That's what gets people caught up. A lot of these G's, these real for show street dudes, they don't be all on the internet. That's the thing. So you like, oh, I go out here, I'm good. You don't have all these dudes where they ain't got Snapchats. So they ain't letting you know who or where they are. And what happens, you get caught slipping. And by the time you find out who somebody is, it's too late. These OGs and these thorough hitters, they ain't got Instagrams. Yeah? And also, a lot of them, they ain't going to be on the gram telling you what they going to do. See, that's another thing. A lot of cats get into these little rap beefs and all that, and they be making these little world star videos. Oh, no. That's something. That's just goofy stuff. These dudes ain't going to tell you what's up. They going to show you better than they can tell you. It happens when you least expect it. They just going to pull up out of nowhere. These dudes are the masters of catching you slipping. Yeah, you don't want to play with that, man. You don't want to play with that, brother. Huh? So that's what that is. But look, and there was I saw some people, some of these bed wenches, posting some stuff. Some of these chicks who work for the Huffington Post and the New York Magazine and all that. Some of these first and second gen immigrant chicks. And a couple of them, and all of them had these little foreign flags in their thing. There's one chick, I was going back and forth with a few of them. One of them was like, yeah, the game and Tank and all these people are only mad at Kodak Black because he was going after Nipsey's woman. They didn't say nothing about Kodak Black and his rape cases, so they don't even care about Lauren London. They only care about her because of her proximity to Nipsey. So all of these guys are still misogynistic. So they were saying little goofy stuff like that. They were saying little goofy stuff like that. And people are speaking out because really the man is dead and you are going after somebody who's known. You're going after a woman. You're going after this woman who's basically a widow. So, that's just crossing the line altogether. With the rape cases, nobody really knows the details of those cases. And plus, nobody's really co-signing a dude like that. But when the guy says something proactively like that, it's like, okay, it's funny style. But these women, a lot of these women are saying this old crazy stuff. And I've been getting at them heavy. Let me show you some of the stuff that they're saying. And let me find, where's my page? Yeah, because I've been getting at them about this stuff. You did? Hold on. Let me find some of the stuff these people are talking about. Find you some of the exact things. Okay, where are we? Okay, this one chick. I think, did she delete it? Okay, I think, yes, she deleted it. Okay, oh, she deleted it. Wait, no, she didn't. No, I got it. Okay, this is one. Here it is. Okay. Some chick, Ivy Ani, she works at New York Mag, The Village Voice. So, and I told y'all about these immigrants that they have working at all these little magazines. There's a reason why they get these anti-ADOS immigrants to do this stuff. That's why I've been on their bumper. Okay, so this chick, see, she got the Nigerian flags there. She's like, Kodak Black's rape case charges were public for years. His peers stayed silent. Men being vocal after his Lauren comments show women are only cared for because of their proximity to men as wife, mother, friend. They responded out of respect to another man and not to her as a woman. All right, and there's a few of them were saying this garbage. And they're calling black men misogynistic and all this. You see the mental gymnastics they have to go through to throw black American men under the bus. The mental gymnastics they have to use to throw us under the bus. And there was another chick who's black and Filipino. She was doing the same thing, talking greasy. And notice all that black men are misogynistic. A lot of those are these hating ass second gen immigrants. And not all of y'all, but we're gonna have to let folks know about these little jealous ass dusty. They were jealous and dusty. You come from a jealous, dusty family. That's how I am with it. I don't give a damn about how you feel about it. I'm not going to sit up and take this kind of disrespect from these people that we've gone out of our way to help. So I'm going to be hostile to some of these folks because I have a zero tolerance for jealousy and hate from people that we've helped. You dig? I have zero tolerance for that. But they get over here and they cannot wait to throw dirt on us. And what I pointed out with women like her, they sit up here and talk real greasy about black American men. They never say anything negative about Nigerian men. Some of these African immigrants and these Caribbean immigrants, they got all the smoke in the world for black Americans, but they never say anything about Senegalese, where they're from, or the Congolese men, where they're from. They never say anything negative about them. Now, I go to this woman's timelines, black men this, black men that, misogyny, toxic masculinity, just everything under the sun. Not one negative thing about a Nigerian dude. Anything they say about a Nigerian dude, it's glowing, it's praising. Oh yeah, they only talk about white men in the abstract. Or white supremacy, Sandra Bland, they'll talk about it in the abstract, but never anybody specific. But they don't never say anything about Nigerian. Notice that, I want y'all to notice that all these immigrant mammies, they got all the smoke for black folks. They don't say nothing about whole villages of women getting kidnapped and raped over there with Boko Haram. They don't say nothing about that. How women over there in West Africa getting treated all types of garbage. They don't say nothing about that. You dig? And then the Filipino chick was talking greasy. Oh, black and Filipino. All her whole thing, black men this, black men that. R. Kelly, ooh, y'all caping for R. Kelly. R. Kelly ain't good, black men ain't this, black men are misogynistic. And anytime she mentioned a Filipino, oh, my Filipino culture, I love my Filipino culture. You know, she says nothing about all the pedophile rings and the culture of pedophilia in the damn Philippines. Not one word about it. So you watch these Negroes who come over here and got all the smoke because they're showing out for white mommy and white daddy, throwing dirt on us, and they don't say nothing about the filth and the gutter culture that they're coming from. With the misogyny and the rape and the pedophilia, they have whole pedophile rings in their home countries, and they don't say nothing about that. So I don't let them, boom, you better hold your own nuts. I don't let y'all talk greasy about us. I G check them on that. You can't say nothing to or about us. That's on code. We got to be like that all the time. Well, y'all xenophobic, but damn it, I'll be xenophobic. But you ain't going to sit up here and throw dirt on us, and we done bent over backwards getting your little rusty, dusty ass over here, you and your little punk ass coon family, and then you want to talk greasy? No. Y'all be hating on us. Well, damn it, the hate is going to flow then. Give a damn about that. Y'all not going to do that. We stopping that. That's the problem. We let hate fester. We let jealousy fester. We let dustiness and all these people bring their dust and jealousy and hate and come around us, and then they undermine us with it. We're going to have to stop that within our community and outside of our community. We're going to have to stop that. We're going to have to stop the Eric Holder gangbangers. We're going to have to stop them. We're going to have to stop the shea butter immigrants. We're going to have to stop the moist shea butter Negroes. We're going to have to stop all that from people coming in, dumping their jealousy, hate, and vitriol and dust on us. It's going to stop. You dig? Yeah, we got to clean that up. Nah. And then every time they mention somebody from their home country, there's all types of garbage over there. They are tying women up, beating them up. They talk glowingly about that. So that stops. You did? And let me tell you something. What they gonna do? I'll check the hell out of them. You gonna shut your ass up about black Americans. You ain't gonna be sitting up here all day dumping on black Americans, and we gonna start pointing out your bedwenchery. Oh, damn, Tariq be hating on the black women. No, I'm talking about you. You don't represent black women, because I can pull up your tweets where you talking greasy about other black women. That's another thing. They like to hide behind sisters. That's another thing. These people are sneaky as hell. They like to do dirt and then go try to hide behind folks. No, we're gonna stop that. Yeah, we're going to stop that. Because it's time to get our house clean. There's too much stuff going on. Just like in Chicago. Chicago today, they said there was a shooting at some kind of, like a mass shooting at some kind of baby shower or something like that. Or some kids got shot or whatever. And no suspects. We're going to have to understand another thing too. Because we think everything about us is negative, so anything happens, we think, okay, we did something negative again. That's just who we are. Understand, I believe that some of these white supremacists working with the police are doing some of these shootings in Chicago. That's why they do them on weekends. On weekends, there's always some high number of people who've gotten shot and nobody has no damn suspects. You dig? And if it's some Negroes doing it, maybe those Negroes are co-opted by the white supremacists too. I don't trust none of them. And then we got to watch the Negroes that's in the neighborhood. Yeah? We got to be on top of our game. But yeah, these media outlets, they normally get these immigrants to represent Black America. That's the interesting thing. I notice all these people, these bedwench mammy immigrants from Shea Butter Twitter, they always work at these major media corporations. Notice how they've always, this is not nothing new too, they've always had outsiders be the representatives for Black society. So when you think of, look at rap now. We look at rap now, who's on the charts now? 21 Savage, an immigrant. Drake, an immigrant. Kodak, an immigrant. Look at that. First and second gen. Look at that. Obama's an immigrant. Yeah, he was an immigrant. Post Malone, I don't know what that is. But yeah, they've always done that. Cardi B, where is she? Is both of her parents like Dominican? Where is she? Nicki Minaj. Where was Nicki Minaj born? Was she born in Trinidad? Wale? Rihanna? Notice that. Most of the people who represent Black America, Black music or whatever, are immigrants. The people in the media, they're immigrants. All the Black people that you see for the most part are immigrants. She's Trinidad. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. But notice that. I'm talking about people who are like hot. Yeah? And I like Drake. A lot of these people I like. But it's just very interesting. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. Do not miss that. All right? So you got a lot of people who learned their rendition of what Blackness means. Yeah? People who learned of what being a Black American is supposed to represent. Got it? So when you, and I talked about this before, when you see people like Kodak Black talking, and that the vocal inflection he has, and I tell people that's not a Black American dialect. That's a caricature of what they think a Black American is supposed to sound like. Again, I told people, we talked about this a few weeks ago, I lived in Alabama as a kid. I never heard nobody talk like Kodak Black. People are like, that's just a Southern accent. I never heard anybody talk like Kodak Black growing up. Never. Black people weren't that inarticulate when I was growing up in the South. Don't put that on the South. Black people were just not that inarticulate. That whole nigger gibberish that we hear now, they shout it over there, get that thing there, that's new. That dialect came with immigrants who came over in the 80s. With this stuff where you don't know what dudes are talking about and you need a translator, that started popping off from the immigrants coming over in the 80s. And Plies, like I talked about this before. Plies, he's doing an imitation of the same, because Plies, I've heard Plies do interviews and Plies sound like a Rhodes Scholar. Oh, I talked about this before. Hold on, let me find something. I was watching an interview with Plies the other day. Plies was articulate as hell. Hold on one second. Let me play something for you. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hey, Plies.
Welcome back to the party, baby.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me play something. Okay, this is Plies when he was on the Monique show. You know, Monique had the talk show on BET. Who's this? Monique had that talk show on BET, and my dude Plies. And I love Plies. Plies is funny to me. But Plies was on there, and Plies was articulate as hell. You know, on sometimes when you get on hip hop radio, I'm gonna hit that thing from the back. You heard me, big? You know, it's all that. But and Plies know how to talk. Hold on, this is Plies. Hold on. Let me get this going. Hold on. All right, hold on.
I said, well, what is the baby's name? They say Plies.
And you saying it perfect. You nailing it.
Plies. Where does Plies come from? Plies.
Come from Fort Myers. A couple of my partners, man, that was just coming home from being incarcerated. It was a term that they was actually using in the hood, but it meant the universal term. It was a term that was really meant for people that was getting their share of street money. So anytime I said I was going to take music serious, I wanted to incorporate a name with my situation that always reflected where I was from. So I took it.
Plies. Now, do people know what you're...
A lot of times people try to force us to forget our upbringing. And for me and my brother talk about it all the time. I never take out my gold teeth because I don't feel like it's a good reflection of how I'm telling people to perceive success. I feel like people can become successful any way that they're built. I think anytime you equip yourself with enough knowledge, success can possibly run through any form of culture, any ethnic group, any ethnic background.
So Plies sound like he's selling insurance. I think Plies know how to talk. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Plies. I like Plies. Plies know how to talk. Plies know how to talk. He's a smart dude. So like I said, that some of them accents, that's just people putting extras on it. But yeah, he sounds like a whole different dude, don't he? Yeah. Nipsey was very articulate, but Nipsey never played dumb. Nipsey always kept it 100. Nipsey was a very articulate dude. That's my brother, man. But, that's always been the thing, man. People have always, foreigners have come over and mimicked what the black dialect that white people like to hear from a black person. You know the character Stepin Fetchit is some of y'all might be too. Stepin Fetchit was something that was in the Jim Crow era, but there was an actor. His stage name was Stepin Fetchit. His real name was Lincoln Perry. He was a major coon on camera. He played a coon. Stepin Fetchit played a coon. He was very embarrassing to black society. Black society didn't like Stepin Fetchit. Stepin Fetchit, he's from the Caribbean. So he and his family immigrated here. So he's from the Caribbean. He wasn't a foundational black American. A lot of folks don't know that. But yeah, he wasn't a foundational black American. So he came from the Caribbean. And he was one of the first big money-making actors. Playing the laziest man on earth. He played, yes, I was going to go in there. He played like this slave acting brother. And, he was mimicking what black folks were supposed to sound like, but he wasn't even from here. And Amos and Andy, remember, Amos and Andy, it became a television show with black actors, but it started off as a radio show with two white actors acting real coonish and Sambo-ish of what their rendition of a black person was supposed to be. So they were acting Sambo-ish, and then when they had to do it for television, instead of using blackface, they got some black actors to mimic the white actors who were mimicking what they thought black folks were supposed to be. You see? Real heavy stuff. African community, no. We're not giving no clown like that the time of day. That ain't happening. This ain't coon hour. We're not doing that. You dig? So, we got to understand that dynamic. Everybody click the Kickstarter button. Let's see where we are with the Kickstarter. 7,000 in here. Hit the Kickstarter button. Let's see. We're trying to get to 30K tonight. Well, we're still at 25. All right, everybody, the Kickstarter is below. We need everybody to get involved with the Buck Breaking movie. We're getting this Buck Breaking movie popping. Speaking of movie, we went to the movies today. My daughter and my wife, we went to the movies. We saw Pet Sematary. We saw Pet Sematary today. Has anybody seen the new Pet Cemetery movie? It's like, I never really saw the old one. There's an old version of it, and this is, I don't know if it's an updated or I don't know, but I never saw the old one, so it was new to me. Is it good? It's not, it's good, but just too much white folk stuff going on in there. Yes, it is scary. It is scary. You like the original? I don't, I'll give a partial review of it. There's too much white folk stuff going on in there. You know what I'm saying? It was scary, though. So basically, the movie was, and I'll give some spoilers, so it is what it is. But the concept of the movie has been out for decades, so, the old one was good. So basically, in this movie, this family goes, and I came in kind of late, but this is the gist of it. So, say the original was better? Okay. It's just too much white folk stuff going on in there. It's just, that be bothering me, because I'll be like, oh. So this family, they go into this, I think they move into some house or whatever, and, they're a happy little family. It's the husband, wife, they got one daughter, and they got a little boy, and they got like a creepy old neighbor, and I'm going to give spoilers, what the hell. So there was a birthday party, and then the kid's cat got ran over. It kind of all over. So the family cat got ran over. So the husband, the dad was like, oh man, I don't, my daughter is going to just be so upset if the cat, she found out the cat died. So the creepy old man next door was like, hey, let's bury the cat, but you follow me. So they go somewhere in the swamp and bury the cat. So they go bury this cat in this real weird place, and the dad was like, hey, why are we here? Hey, we just here to bury the cat, So they bury the cat in the swamp place. All right. So the next day, they go home, and the dad was going to tell the daughter, hey, sweetie, I'm sorry, your cat ran away. And the girl's like, no, the cat didn't run away. I just saw the cat. Like, what? Yeah, Daddy, the cat is right in the closet. So he opened the closet. The cat in there looking crazy as cat shit. The cat is in there looking crazy. Oh, Lord. So now the cat has come back and is evil. So I'm like, okay. So the dad is like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Okay, I'm like, dude. He just kind of brushed it off. I'm like, dude, come on. Just white folk shit. I'm like, dude, the cat is back. You ain't tripping? So now the family, the cat is back. Yeah, the cat crazy as hell. The cat looking at folks all crazy. So the little girl trying to brush the cat hair, and the hair all coarse. Like, what's wrong with you, kitty? You smell funny. And the cat scratch her hair. Get off me, bitch. So the cat scratching, and the cat just crazy as hell now. The dad and the wife, they in bed having sex. They look up, oh my God, the cat in there eating a dead bird. Oh, bad kitty. I'm like, oh God, boy, y'all white as hell. Boy, y'all doing white folk shit. I'm thinking, bruh, if y'all don't kick that cat out of a window, oh my God, that was frustrating me how dumb they were acting about this crazy ass cat in the house. Like, come on, man. This cat. So now, so the crazy cat is running around the house tearing up here, and so the dad is like, oh, I got to get rid of this cat. The cat all in the crib jumping on the baby. Oh God. So now the dad got the cat, and he took the cats to the woods and dropped the cat off in the woods. So he like, oh, I done got rid of that cat. And the next day, they're having a birthday party. They playing hide and seek, and then the little girl, she runs over to the road. Then the cat, she sees the cat running back to the crib. Oh, hey, kitty. So the cat comes back home, and then the girl get hit by a bus, a truck. Then she get hit by a truck running after the damn cat. So then the little girl died. It's all over the place. So then the little girl died. So then the dad, they have the funeral and everything. Then he go dig her up, take the little girl to the pet cemetery place, bury her. Her ass pop up at the house the next day. She looking crazy. She's like, "Oh, Dad, what happened?" Oh, sweetie, you had a little accident. She's like, "Am I dead?" I'm dead, huh, Dad? Oh, so she crazy as hell. So now Dad is like trying to, on some I want my daughter back and all this other stuff. So now the girl looking crazy, she acting weird. She's like, "Well, Dad, where's Mommy?" "Well, she's not here. Mommy's, she had to go somewhere." So now the little girl is creepy as hell. He tries to, clean her up. She's all dirty, So the little girl is crazy as hell. So now she's getting crazier and crazier. So her and the cat in there tearing up the damn house. She's in there knocking over stuff, and Dad's like, "Come on, you stop that!" Yelling at her. "You better stop it. Stop tearing up all this shit in the house. Stop!" Oh God, go dump this girl and this cat out this house, man. Oh God, so the dad is trying to cope with the demon girl and demon cat. So so dad is trying to figure out what to do with the damn girl. So the girl and the cat go next door to the old creepy man house, and then he's hearing sounds. He goes upstairs and, oh God, what's going on? Then it's the crazy cat, and the crazy cat stabbed him. He gets stabbed by the crazy cat, and then the little girl beat his ass. She done stabbed the old man up. I'm like, good Lord. I'm telling you, this movie's all over the place. The movie's all over the place. So then, the little girl and the crazy ass cat, they back over home with the dad, and the dad don't know what to do. And the mama is like, she's already going crazy. So the mama was, I don't know, she was somewhere, but she came back home. She didn't want to be in the house, but the husband wasn't answering the phone because he's running around with the crazy ass girl and the crazy cat. So the mama come home, and she knows about, the crazy cat being at the pet cemetery and coming back. So she knows about that, and she's already freaked out about that. So now she comes home, and she's like with her husband, "Oh, sweetie, where you been? I've been calling you. I haven't seen you. I've been calling." And he's like, honey, something I got to tell you." Then the little girl pop up like, "Hi, Mommy." The mom is like, "Oh, hell. What the hell?" So the mama's like, "Oh, my God." So the little girl's like, "Mama, you ain't going to hug me? You ain't going to hug a bitch?" The mama's like, "Oh, Lord, no." So the mama's freaking out that the daughter's back alive. Oh, my God, what the hell? So the mama don't want to hug her. So the mama gets the son, and they run upstairs. And the little girl was like, "I don't think Mommy wants me here. I don't want her here either." I'm like, I'm like, "Dad, will you go take this girl somewhere and throw her in a fire?" Dude, the girl had basically said, "I'm about to go fuck Mama up." And the dad is up here being dumb as hell. So the mama upstairs taking a nap. The little girl jump up with a knife, start jugging her ass. I'm like, "Oh, Lord." Then they throw the little boy. They throw him out the window. Catch the little boy. Catch the little boy. Oh, God. It was so all over the place, dude. Oh, God. This thing was all over the place. So you got to see the rest. If I could spoil it, there's not really too much to spoil. Just this crazy ass girl and the cat crazy as hell. And he tried to bring his daughter back, and she's crazy as cat, and he's not doing anything about it. It's just like, man, this girl came back from the dead and whooped both her mama and daddy ass all through the movie. She's whooping her parents' ass through the movie. Oh my good Lord, man! Some black folks, man. Black folks would have had all types of sage and garlic cut up and holy water thrown on their ass. Yeah. Oh yeah, that cat was looking crazy as hell. So is that the same thing? That's what happened. Come on, I described it terribly. Tell me that didn't happen. All that happened. When the cat stabbed that dude, was that? It looked like the cat. I swear, the dude went up the stairs, and he was like, "Oh, it's just a kitty." Looked like that cat pulled out a switchblade on his ass. Like, yeah. I said, where the hell did this cat get a knife? What the hell gave... Lord. No, it's not bad. It's just so, oh my God. How you get stabbed by a kitty cat? Lord. It was just, but it is scary though. It is scary. It is scary. It's a scary movie. So, yeah, man. So, take your lady to see. Look, it's scary. You'll be jumping in. It's a cool movie. It's cool. Man. So was it the cat who stabbed her, or was it the girl who stabbed him? Because I don't know if it was the girl under the stairs or something. I don't know, but looked like the cat pulled a switchblade out and stabbed his ass. It might have. I don't know if it was the girl under the stairs. I'm like, where in the hell did this cat get a damn knife? This cat then went down to the hood and bought a knife and out here jugging niggas. So the girl did this. I swear, I'm looking like, did this cat just have a knife in his claw? Man. Oh, I want to see that Chucky movie. I want to see that Chucky movie too. Man. The girl used to fall. Yeah, the dad was a doctor. Yeah, the dad was a doctor. And yeah, and at the beginning of the movie, one thing I didn't catch, it was the black kid. What happened to the black kid? Because there was this black kid who kept showing up in and out the movie. I know something happened to him at the beginning of the movie. Explain what happened, because I kind of came in late, and it was his brother. He was kind of bucking his eyes a little bit. He had a big wound on his head. That I got lost on that. He kept popping up throughout the movie. So what was the brother got hit by a car, okay. So it messed his whole head up. So what was the whole thing with him? Did he get buried in the pet cemetery? Because he just popped up, just kept popping. He was a spirit. That's one thing. It was certain things that kept throwing me off. Yeah, it was a black kid just kept popping up. He got hit by a car. Yeah, they never explained that. He just kept popping up, bucking his eyes. Oh, you better watch out for that kitty. What is it? Where did he come from? He just pop up in random scenes. All of a sudden, they're chilling and they hallucinate about this nigga. Like, what about black on black crime? Why the hell did he come from? Every time the cat tear up the house, he pop up out of nowhere. The black dude, is she serious? Is she serious? It was random as hell. His brother just kept popping up out of nowhere. Just a random black dude, and they never explained that. I don't know. Where did he come from? He was in an accident. I understand he was in an accident, but why did he keep popping up? That's the thing. I know he was in an accident. They never explained why this nigga just kept popping up in all the different... He had the pet cemetery. He was eating some buffalo wings. I love some white people. Y'all gotta be careful about this cemetery. What is he doing? He just kept popping up for no reason. Lord. that's what I didn't like. All these they kept having these little hallucination flashback. I don't like that in movies. I don't like when there's a hallucination, then they wake up. Oh God! Oh, I was dreaming. Oh, I hate those type of scenes. You see something happen, somebody get killed, and then they wake up. Oh, it's a bad dream. And why they kept dreaming about this nigga? They kept dreaming about this same nigga. Oh God, there's a Negro in my dreams. Okay. Man. So yeah, they never explained that, why the dude kept showing up in the movie. That just kept throwing me off. So the brother, that I don't know why he was in there. I know he got into an accident, but he just kept. I don't know if he got buried in the pet cemetery too. I don't know. Or was that his cat initially? He's trying to get his cat back. His guardian angel. He's a magic Negro. Yeah, he was the magic Negro. But he wasn't. He just didn't serve no purpose. He was a ghost? Okay. Because remember in the beginning, the brother, and it's hard to explain because I just didn't understand it. It was a brother who got in an accident. He got in a car accident. The dad, who was, with the kitty and all that, the dad was a doctor, so the dad was kind of trying to operate on his brother. And then the dad kept seeing the dude kept looking at the dad funny. And then there was one scene where the dude was sitting up on the table, bucking his eyes with a big wound in his head. And the dad was like, oh my God. And then the dad woke up, and then the dude was laying back on the thing. I'm like, oh, what the hell is it? So that type of thing. He kept fantasizing or hallucinating about this random black dude, and the black dude in the hospital. I ain't got no Obamacare. Anybody take Medi-Cal in here? Okay, what's this? Okay. What the hell? So he was a slave who died in the cemetery. He was acting like one. All he did, he just pop up and buck his eyes and then disappear. Yeah, that was very, very random. Oh, die. He said, don't die on me. That's why his spirit stayed there. Oh, okay. But his spirit didn't do a damn good job at helping. The nigga didn't warn nobody about that crazy ass cat. Man. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you saw it, Harvey. Yeah, some of it just got a little bit too over the top for me. It was a little bit over the top, but it was scary. But some of the stuff is a little bit over the top for me. Man. Where we at, man? All right, let me get up out of here, guys. But everybody, don't forget, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now, family. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button now. And everybody, get involved with the new film, the Butt-Breaking documentary. Click the link below, Kickstarter.com. Type in Butt-Breaking. If you're not listening live right now, you can click the link right here in the comment section, or in the profile, rather. Also, you can go to buttbreakingmovie.com to get involved with the production of the movie Butt-Breaking. I've been on here for a long time. Damn, I've been rocking with y'all for a long time tonight. We had a good long conversation tonight. All right, but buttbreakingmovie.com, or click the Kickstarter. All right, and you guys be